The Golden State Warriors, ever since their last title back in 2022, have easily been one of the most boring franchises in the entire NBA, and it hasn't even been close. The Warriors, over the last 3.5 seasons, dating back to the 2022-23 campaign, have a record of 171 and 144, which isn't horrible, but I feel like the amount of attention that this team grabs from national media, especially in like the aspect of when you look in the off season and you see like the national TV games that certain teams get. And I know national TV isn't the end all be all, but the fact that this team be having 30 plus games on national television is crazy. Mind you, this isn't a Steph Curry issue because even up till his recent injury, he's still a top 10 to 15 player in the sport at age whatever he is, 38, 39, whatever he is, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 38, but that's not the point, right? It just feels like a waste right now with the way he's been playing in his career or at this point in his career. And it feels like it's a waste. That's pretty much what it feels like. Their front office wasted so much time basically up until last February when they traded for Jimmy Butler. And even then, with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, these are guys that are in their, in Curry's case, late 30s. Jimmy Butler's like creeping on the late 30s. He's already like right there. Even when they're healthy, I still can't take this team seriously in terms of title contention. Now, are they a playoff team? Are they a high end playing team? Yeah, I guess. I guess that's what it is right now for them. But like, I can't take them seriously. I'm sorry. And the present day, it's even worse. Like, it's reached rock bottom for the Warriors. It's the worst that it's been since like the pre-dynasty era, in my opinion. And 2020 doesn't count because we all knew they'd be back like the next season, right? That was kind of like an Indiana Pacers type of season that they're having right now, right? Like we all knew they'd bounce back. It was whatever. And I understand, like, dynasties don't last forever. The Warriors weren't going to be great for, that long. Like, even look at LeBron. Like, LeBron in his career right now, he's still putting up numbers at 41. Now, what's saving him is the fact that Luka Doncic is on his team and he's 26 years old or whatever he is, mid 20s, and you got this team and they're hot right now. But in the Warriors case, it's like, it's bad. Like, it's just weird. It's bad. It's boring. They're a snooze fest. I mean, the Warriors are 33 and 36 right now, which is 10th in the Western Conference, the last play-in spot. And they play tonight versus Detroit. Whether they win or not, it doesn't change my opinion in this video at all, so it doesn't matter to me. They have no Steph. Obviously, he's out. We don't know when he's really coming back, but I'm assuming that he'll play in the play-in, right? They also have no Jimmy Butler, who was their second best player, and he's out with a torn ACL. He got hurt earlier in the year. And they're almost like the epitome of an average basketball team on both ends of the floor. And obviously, without Steph, their offense takes a nasty spill. And I know, I understand this is going to sound very ESPN, Stephen A ish type of take, but I feel like it's pretty realistic, or like fairly realistic, I guess you could say. They probably need Giannis just as much as anyone right now. If they want to like savor whatever's left of this like Steph era of him being this 28 point per game guy, still doing what he does. Because when you look at this roster for next season, they are still old when it comes to the core of this group, and the young talent that they have, it's at best like good role players and nothing more. No disrespect to Brandon Pajemski or Moses Moody, but those guys aren't, star level young talent at all. Those guys are solid role players, and that's good for them. But if they wanted to hit that route and like take it into that direction, with the youth and Steph being in the same level, they needed to nail that 2020 draft pick, which in hindsight, looking back at it, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Taking James Wiseman and like LaMelo Ball was in the picture, Tyrese Halliburton was in the picture, all these guys, right? And James Wiseman was a high end draft prospect at the time, so I don't fully blame him. And like position wise, he fit, but it was a miss. It was a miss. He was a bust. And they missed out. And ever since that time period, they can't find like that young talent to help balance out having Steph, Draymond, and at the time Clay, and try to like win with both. They did it in 2022 because Jordan Poole was electric, and even though in the playoffs he was kind of shaky, and the old, the experience took over, and Steph went crazy and all that. That was a great year for them. But since that year, it's been bad. It has been really bad for the Warriors. And funny enough, they traded their highest ceiling young player in Jonathan Kuminga, who I'm gonna be real, I don't see Kuminga as like a superstar or anything. Maybe at most he's like a 1, 2 time All Star type of guy. Maybe that's the best case scenario for him. No disrespect to Kuminga at all, he's got talent, but I don't see it in that degree. But the fact is, they traded Jonathan Kuminga for a guy who has medical issues and will he likely won't be on the floor majority of the time in Kristaps Porzingis. And I know he's been playing recently, and that's good. But track record and the history says next season, when the season starts over and you're 0-0, this man won't be on the floor for more than half those games. Another thing to note is obviously I mentioned the 2020 draft class. The whole miss of that draft pick was disgusting, but I feel like just their window is closed in general for this group. And if they stay together, they'll likely be stuck in play-in purgatory. And if they want to have a real puncher's chance of making a run, then the phones are going to need to be active, and specifically hitting up Milwaukee's line, because right now the Warriors are a snooze fest, and I don't want to see them on my TV anymore. I don't. No disrespect to the Warriors. It was a great time when they had, well, I wouldn't say it was a great time, but they were a fun team to watch when they had Steph, Clay, Draymond, KD. Even the earlier portion where it was Steph, Clay, and Draymond, it was great. It was fun. But this era, it's boring. And we got to stop putting this team on 30 plus times a year on ESPN, NBC, Amazon Prime. I got to stop seeing it. I'm sorry. I got to. Because this team is literally, like I said, it's a snooze fest, and they are flat out wasting the last parts of Steph's greatness. And who knows how long he has of being at this level, because eventually, people take a dive at some point, right? To some degree. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been a checkup, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.